registering a business name in Kenya is cheaper than registering a limited company. A business name is 1,000 shillings or less, and that is the registration fee, but it depends with who is helping you facilitate that. So they might charge you with the service charge. Company registration is 10,750, depending, and also with the service charge, depending on who is registering it for you. Hi, welcome to the Accounting Show. In today's topic, we'll be talking about, I'm going to address the questions people have been asking me about company registration, business registration, how much is this registration, how much is this, what's the difference between this and this. I'll talk about it in terms of taxation and also in terms of operations. Number one, when you have a business idea and you want to register business. Of course, registering a business name in Kenya is cheaper than registering a limited company. A business name is 1,000 shillings or less, and that is the registration fee, but it depends with who is helping you facilitate that. So they might charge you with the service charge. Company registration is 10,750, depending, and also with the service charge, depending on who is registering it for you. When you are having a business idea, different businesses in Kenya, there are businesses that are regulatory, others are not regulatory. Regulatory means if you want to open a microfinance, you need to be regulated by Central Bank of Kenya. If you just want to open a general business that you are buying and selling, that one you don't need to be regulated. You just register it and then that's it. So look at the type of business that you want to register. Then now from there you ask someone who is registering. I will advise you to look for someone who knows and understands how to register a company. I've seen some companies that I interact with, there are things that are being put there that you are not aware. You, as long as you get the company certificate, you celebrate, but you don't know what details that were put there. No one consulted you, maybe what type of business you want to do. But since maybe you just want the certificate, you quickly go and register the company. Please look for someone who knows how to register. Another thing, once you have like done the registration, you need to understand this business of mine. What tax obligations do I need to do? Every time people will want to register a company because they want to open a bank account. Remember, the bank account that you're opening, somehow it's being. It's not directly linked to KRA, but Kenya Revenue Authority have been given the mandate to be able to come and just audit you. So you should be very careful with whenever you are registering your company. Number one, you've known what you want to do. Number two, you now get into the business. You have a tax obligation to make. The tax obligation, that is VAT, pay as you earn. Pay as you earn is when you have employees, active employees. VAT is when you have sales more. You can do voluntary, of which you just register the VAT, or you can wait until you get to 5 million per year for you to be able to register VAT. Then there are other things, like let's say you are doing a water packaging, you need excise duties. So those things you need to pay. Something like KEBS is being paid through KRA portal. So those are the things that you need to look into when you are registering a company. Remember, compliance is very key when you open a business. Compliance can make you continue with business, or just close it up because you have overlooked other parts of the type of business that you're running. So something like excise duty, you need to pay if you're doing any repackaging, water repackaging. Those are the tax obligation KRA have imposed on businesses. Then once you've understood the tax obligations that you need to put on your business, then you can continue. When you're continuing trading, this obligation, you're obliged to file and pay taxes for this. So every month, let's say if you registered for VAT, you need to file and pay the VAT amount. The person who understands well about the VAT, their bookkeepers, the accountants, you can engage one once in a while. They come in, they do the calculations for you, you pay them, they go. So that you don't get in trouble with unnecessary penalties and notices and demands from KRA that you did not pay this because you overlooked. These days, there are a lot of systems. KRA is using AI. It's capturing a lot of things that are happening in businesses. So if you think KRA doesn't know, it knows what is happening for you. So make sure that you file and pay the taxes on time. There are people, I'll talk about, there are people who are doing Jengo, this construction work. One of my friends, the other day, he said, we've worked for someone and he's asking us for an invoice and he's asking us for an items invoice. How would we go about it? These days, you don't need that machine that you have to punch for you to be able to get the ETR. You go to your eCitizen and get the invoice, give to the company that need to pay you, they pay you back your money. But when you give that invoice, just understand that you have already declared to KRA that I have gotten this particular income. You're obliged to pay income tax for that particular income that you received. Because some companies, whenever they pay you, they do something like withholding tax. That when in the next episode, we'll be discussing about different types of taxes and how you should go about with them. So at the end of the year, you need to make sure that you file your taxes by also declaring that particular invoice that you submitted to that company, meaning that you need to be very good at record keeping so that when that time comes of filing that income tax, you are aware of that particular income and you will pay. Let's not overlook, let's comply with whatever compliance that we're supposed to do. If you are opening a business, let's say in alcohol, you want to sell alcohol, you need to you need to get the licenses from NACADA. NACADA has to approve you that you need to import, you are allowed to import. I have a client who is now in the process of importing alcohol. So one of the processes for him to be able to bring the alcohol to the country, they need to comply with NACADA by paying the necessary licenses. And if there are any foreigners in that particular company that want to import alcohol, they need to get the work permit or the investor permit for NACADA to give them that license. So there are a lot of things that when you're registering a company, you need to consider. You don't just register a business. You don't just register a company. You register a company knowing what you want to do, the compliances that you need to have, be it the trade licenses, be it the tax compliances, be it the KRA PIN. You need to have such documents so that whenever anything happens, you get a visit from any authority, you are able to give out these papers and they'll not give you any trouble while doing it.